FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Here are my top 10 myths about blogging. All right, here we go. Myth number 10, blogging isn't journalism. Now, this point has been argued ad nauseum, right? People can't stop talking about it. I will boil it down to you to fewer syllables than a haiku. Some bloggers are doing journalism. Others aren't. It's really not that hard. Okay, myth number 9. Blogs will kill journalism, or blogs will replace journalism. Now, most bloggers actually don't say either of these things. They do criticize the media loudly and persistently and sometimes rudely. But that's not why the media business today is melting down. So, if newspapers vanish, can blogs fill the void? Of course not. But they will provide us, I think, with a lot of experiments that can help us figure out what's next. Myth number 8. There is a blogosphere. In fact, there are lots of blogospheres. If you look at this network, this is one of these network diagrams. Each one of the dots is a blog. These clusters, these blue clusters, are each blogospheres. There are bunches of blogs that link heavily to one another. The political bloggers think they are the blogosphere. The tech bloggers think they are the blogosphere, and on and on. Really, the blogosphere is whoever you read. Okay, myth number 7, the first blogger. There was no first blogger. It's a pointless exercise to try to name one. It's like asking who was the first novelist or poet or playwright. Those forms evolved, and so did blogging. Myth number 6, bloggers are narcissists. Now, of course, you can find narcissists on the web. But to blog well, you have to learn to link well. Blogging is a social, convivial pursuit. If all you do is stare at your own navel, you're not going to get very far. Okay, number 5, bloggers can't be trusted. The argument is that bloggers can't be trusted because either they're anonymous, or they're amateurs, or they don't have editors. But really, trust just works differently online than in the traditional media. With a newspaper or magazine or broadcast outlet, reputation is an institutional byproduct. On the web, your reputation is a product of who links to you and what they say about you. Most bloggers will end up telling you more than enough about themselves for you to decide whether you think they deserve your trust. Myth number 4, there are too many blogs. This is one we hear a lot, right? There are millions of blogs. What a nightmare. But wait a minute. I don't think it's a nightmare. I think it's great. Who says you have to keep up? I choose blogs to read the same way I choose books to read from among the thousands that are released each year, or a few movies to see out of the many that are released every year. We seem to be fine with that. Why would blogs be any different? Okay, number 3, blogging is dead. Yes, at the same time that some people are telling us that there are too many blogs, others are telling us blogging is finished. It's like that old Yogi Berra joke, right? Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. So today the idea that blogging is dead comes chiefly from some tech bloggers. Many of them started blogging in the early part of this decade, and now they're tired. There's nothing wrong with that. Blogs have life cycles. They start with a certain energy. When that runs out, so does the blog. Fine. But no one should project their own burnout onto the rest of the world. Myth number 2, blogging is trivial. So this word trivial attached itself to blogging very early on. But today, blogs are actually where we turn anytime we need to go deep on a subject. In all the debates that matter in our society, healthcare reform, the real estate and banking meltdown, indeed the debate about the future of journalism, the blogs that cover these issues are the best way to understand them. Blogs have become our new public sphere, and I don't see anything trivial about that. Okay, on to the number 1 myth about blogging. Most blogs stink. Now, it's amazing how often you hear this one. It's almost this obligatory thing that people have to say anytime they admit that there actually are some blogs that they like. But, and of course we've all seen blogs that are silly or dumb or just sloppily put together. But we should also recognize that most blogs that have any staying power are the product of someone's passion. We should be careful about treating that passion with condescension. We're too quick to be peeved at the effrontery of people who dare to write in public, even when their work is rough or unpolished. They're learning, and we are too. Maybe we're worrying that all this online speech will somehow crowd out the speech that we want to hear. But the online world just doesn't work that way. It's not like broadcast or print, where there's limited capacity for messages. My blog doesn't crowd out yours. There's room for everyone. So, that is my 10 myths.